But there's so little to do, even that councilman with the long hair can draw a crowd.
That is true. In the beginning, that first year they had the celebration back in 1977, it was kind of like a huge surprise. Now we kind of take it for granted, but it's hard to take this for granted.
It is absolutely beautiful, and every year there's something different. I'd like to go back to that shot we saw of you just a couple of minutes ago.
Where did they get
what was that year? 1977?
They had the Mr. America contest, and I was supposed to give a key to the city as the mayor. I took my shirt
and
off.
I'll
never do that again.
You'll never do that again. Okay.
Like that.
We'll be back with less of Jerry and more of Riverfest 90 right after this.
All week, last 2 weeks, we've been covering the Olympics.
3 weeks almost.
Yes. Ken's now going to talk about a sport. I'll be honest, I use a snorkel in a bathtub, so it's not a...
glass of water bothers you, doesn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
It's not a sport I relate to much, but I'm going to be interested in hearing about it. Ken?
What a scary thought that is, too. Go back to Jerry and Norma.
That does sound interesting. Yeah.
It'll be nice to watch. It's like ballet in water. It's really pretty.
Yeah, but you can't breathe. They're underwater.
Oh, I'll talk to you about it. Still ahead, a piece of the White House comes home to Three Rivers. Stay with us.
And Tommy, since this is old home week for you, I went through some archives and came up with your senior picture. Boy, take a look at that, guys.
Ooh, what's that?
That's the top ticket, 18 bucks a
That
pop.
is, it's worth it. And it was also worth it seeing Tom Brenneman.
It's
back when he was his sister. What
kind of a picture? Back when he was a what?
His sister.
Oh, okay.
None of us would like our high school pictures here. Let's all say that. Jerry's commentary is next. We'll be right back.
They're not going to go away, and no one knows where they'll show up next. Michael Collins, News Channel 5 tonight.
Ooh. And Michael was pretty shaken.
When he came back, I mean, he was, I mean, no joking around. He was kind of worried about
a little
being
spooky there.
How do you think they felt when Mike showed up?
Even worse, I'm sure.
They have turned me into an absolute hockey fan.
Well, it seems like ever since Lemieux got hurt,
everybody's been coming through.
Yeah,
the main man, Yarmer.
You're getting good at pronouncing that, too.
No, I'm not pronouncing it right, but I'm just going to stick with it.
Yarmer Yarger's not right?
No, it's
What's
Yarmer. You're so funny.
Thank you.
Well, you guys can compliment each other later. Still ahead. They're creepy and they're kooky. Not talking about Jerry and Greg, but they're not the Addams family.
These little things are actually part of a bug banquet. We'll have a taste next.
In all, more than 100 people gathered to compliment the chef on the wax worms they found smothered in plum sauce. Oh, there goes the midnight snack. The Tonight Show is next, and we'll have updates every hour on the hour throughout the night. Thanks for being with us.
We'll see you tomorrow. Till then, take care of yourself and each other. Good night.
Good night.
I don't sing it with you.
I tell you what, listening to Glenn Campbell, he was the inspiration why I decided to learn how to play.
Play the guitar and sing?
No, the tuba.
The tuba.
Well, because I heard him play the guitar, and I figured I'm out of my
I've heard you play the guitar and sing, and that's why you should play the tuba.
I can do.
No, he.
Gentle on my
I love his songs. I love his songs.
There's a part of me that would love to be on that boat.
Just going down the river.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're here, though. We wouldn't want to lose you.
Well, there are probably a whole bunch of people out there that say, I wish he'd been on that boat leaving town.
You know, we've learned a whole lot about the river this weekend.
Well, most of what we've been seeing tonight has been folklore of our community. That's a bit of history, and the UC students put it together, did a great job.
And you played an acting role there.
Yeah, I stood.
If somebody blinked, they could have missed
That's
it.
right. Well, my career is limited.
Well, we like you right here, Jerry. Thanks a lot. We'll be back in just a minute with more from Tall Stacks 88. Stay with us.
And if you're looking for some good news today, boy, it comes in the weather. What a beautiful day, John.
It was one of those days that you write songs about, because you could just, everything was so crisp and clean. It looked like somebody just...
That's true.
No, they didn't write that song. But yeah, it was a beautiful morning, though.
It was.
This Bengal defense is coming very
Surprise
strong.
of the year right
very
there.
Strong.
Surprise
We're going to the Super Bowl. We're going to the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Going to the Super Bowl. We're going to the World Series.
This is Cincinnati's year.
We're done.
It's
over with. Don't even buy the tickets. It's all over with. Don't worry about it. And that's all the time we have for now. Stay tuned for news updates every hour on the hour. Thanks for being with us.
And we're going to see you again tomorrow. Until then, take care of yourself and each other. Good night.
Good night.
Clothes that one of us had to do over 4 times. Michael Collins, News 5 tonight.
That's pretty good for Mike.
And he had to have somebody in the back of the alley knocking down all those pins.
Yeah. Well, we're going to work on our bowling this weekend, and you have a very nice vacation.
Of losing what?
Whose turn is next? Michael Collins, News 5 on the Night Beat.
Not our turn.
Not
but
our
it's,
turn.
Yeah, you should read it.
It's interesting reading.
It is. Yeah, don't believe the people that just read that. I mean,
Well,
they
he just read them.
lines,
Yeah, and you take it out of context and.
Right. Otherwise,
like,
people think we're picking on.
Right, we're not.
We're not. We're not. It's a
Coming
very
up-
good book, and everybody should read it.
You done?
Yeah.
Coming up next on News 5.
It's not approved by the FAA, but News 5's Laura Randall decided to give it a try anyway. It's called tandem skydiving. In tandem, two jumpers are strapped to each other, sharing one chute.
An excellent jump, and excellent photography by Ron Schmidt and everything. Wonderful.
To Laura and Ron, I've been here 10 years. That's as good as stories I've seen put together on the air. That was superb.
Excellent.
Not anything I want to try, but
You loved watching it.
Yes.
But you...
Here at home, we tend to take it for granted. We're not going to take it for granted tonight. We're going to look at this beautiful skyline, Cincinnati, which is our calling card.
You know, there's excitement in the air. I mean, you can feel it. The Skyline Chili Bicentennial fireworks just a few minutes away, and everybody's getting excited for it.
Of course, there's not just excitement in the air. There's also Pat Berry in the air. Well, Pat's exciting, too. Pat, where are you?
Yeah, he is.
I'm up here in two wonderful, experienced pilots. It's very safe. It's terrific. We have a wonderful view, and if I'm not in tomorrow, look up to the sky. Might be where I am.
You can do the weather from there. I know why it's better than a ride on the beast, because you didn't have to wait in line all afternoon to get on there.
That's right. And Pat's talking nice because he wants him to bring him down.
That's probably part of it. We're going to be back with more from the Skyline Chili Bicentennial fireworks right after this. Stay with us.
This is Michael Collins, News 5 on the Night Beat.
I suppose I can assume this won't be on the network.
No, I don't.
I think that's a good assumption. Oh, our apologies to the mayor.
Yeah, we should apologize to us for that. Still ahead on News 5 tonight, the cards and...
Michael Collins, News Channel 5 on the Night Beat.
You know, the last thing he said is the most relevant if you listen to his show. He's not just a comedian and doing a lot of jokes and stuff. He is a real lobbyist. He is a lobbyist for the trucking people.
Yeah.
When they went on strike, he kind of organized them around the country. He's a hero.
He's been organizing throughout many states and doing a lot of work, and kind of fun to listen to, too. I have to admit.
I like that name, the trucking bozo.
I've listened to him every now and then, you know.
I could be the commentating bozo. Huh?
I would say something about maybe you already are, but then we'd get ourselves in big trouble, wouldn't we? I wouldn't say that.
So
All tonight's news from the Action 5 News team.
I white-knuckled for about a year with him, hoping that he could finish out the sentence before the teleprompter went down.
Go to WEBN. Are they ready?
no, they're not
Not
ready.
yet, so we're
See,
gonna...
what they're doing is they're tying all those little things together, and they're making sure the clocks are ready, and they're synchronizing their watches. And you know,
That's
the
why
folks
they're
at WEBN, it may take a little while to get their watches synchronized.
And if they can't get the fireworks going, Sam Kennison stands in the background and
It
goes...
screams. That's true. That's the way they're going to do it.
This isn't just blowing up fireworks, it's putting it together with great music. So if you turn on your radios at
You wanna hold
WEBN,
that? There you go.
we're having a
In case it goes
simulcast
off.
with them. It's FM, we're in stereo. This goes off on history. Okay,
let's go
now,
to
enjoy the
WEBN.
show. Let's go to WEBN. Let's start it off right now. The fireworks, I guess you really did have the best seat in the house. There's one thing that you don't get at home, though, that you do get if you're here, and that is the sensation of the pounding in your chest as the fireworks are going on, and also the crowd reaction watching it.
I know, and what I like is when the sky is all lit up and you can see the crowd and all the faces looking up to the heavens and just in awe of a beautiful event. It really was this year, just absolutely gorgeous.
We keep hearing what a conservative city Cincinnati is. Well, if somebody's just visiting and you see this clouds blow up right over our city, well, you'd probably think a little differently.
We like to party. We like to party.
We
And
do.
Another guy who likes to party is Pat Berry.
Pat Berry, nobody parties better. Pat, can you still hear?
I'm here, and it was just wonderful. You reckon we ought to give everybody a toot? A toot? Yeah, we'd love to hear that. I think you heard it over there, right, Jerry Norman?
We did.
Yes,
We did.
definitely.
Oh, Pat, you always wanted to do that.
That's from me to you, okay?
Okay, yeah, you too, buddy.
Wait a minute. Let's
Well,
not get into
I'll
that.
translate Morse to you later on.
Okay, I forgot about that.
We're going to go now to EBN.
And I'll tell you what, we were going to wonder what the weather was going to do, but I do believe, I'm not a weatherman, but I think it's going to rain. What do you think?
You're not even a man. Forget the weather.
Right.
Get it in the end, so what's the difference?
That's an exciting interview. You know, Joe Garagiola, you were talking to him at the ballpark, what, the first game of the World Series. He said he thought Cincinnati was going to win. You look like you're crying, but actually he's not. It's rain.
Yeah. I enjoyed that. I'm here with this one. Thanks. Oh, I'm getting so excited. Anyway, yes, Marge said before that this is all...
The crowd is absolutely crazy here. Dressed up for Halloween and dressed up for the Reds all at the same time. So what are we going to do next year?
The reason you have an interview is to try and find something out. But what in the world are we going to find out that you don't already know? These are Cincinnatians who have lived their whole lives waiting for world championships. They are absolutely ecstatic. Half of them ought to be someplace else, either in school or in work. How many, time out, how many of you should be in school right now? Well, there goes your tax dollars for education.
Well, what is exciting is they're all a part of history. And they also like Jerry's commentary, so it can't be all bad.
Okay, I want to talk to this fellow here.